Hello everybody, happy 2024. I can't believe it's already the new year. I feel like 2023 just zoomed past. Of course, like some days feel like they're going by so slow, some days are so fast, but ultimately I really feel like 2023 was gone in like a blink of an eye. But with 2024, I think I mentioned in our last video that I wanted to talk about some of my intentions for the year, and this is just kind of building off of things that I've already been doing that I set myself up for in the month of December. And I'm really glad that I set some of those intentions prior to the new year, because it's really built a foundation that I can just continue on, and other goals or intentions won't feel as daunting to bring into my schedule or everyday life. And I think what I'm doing different as opposed to other years is just kind of setting like a broader goal that might in itself be measurable necessarily, but more so how I feel throughout the year, physically, mentally, emotionally. And I really want to focus on those parts of myself and use kind of building blocks or mini goals to impart in everyday life to kind of meet those goals, and really take stock of how I'm feeling with the goals that I'm setting for myself and whether or not those are actually creating any sort of positive change in my everyday life towards that overarching goal that I am going towards. With that being said, I have two overarching like themes or intentions. And so the first one is going to be to nurture a healthy and balanced lifestyle. This ultimately is kind of going along with what I've kind of already set the foundation for in December with starting the program. And a lot of it is more based on physical and just like how I'm internally feeling. And so a lot of these goals within this intention are ones that I've already set in December, but I'll repeat them. So getting 10,000 steps, that just kind of goes with moving my body every day. There's definitely some days like the past few that it's just been raining, but I'm still going out there and getting my steps. And it's good to move your body. Another one is the 3 liters of water a day. Water is incredibly good for your body. We need it. Staying hydrated is just good, especially when you're working out a lot. So yeah, sticking with the 3 liters of water. Doing cardio 4 times a week. This, again, it's flexible, but right now with the program it's 4 times a week. I think one thing to mention with this is it's low intensity cardio, and I think for me growing up and just throughout my life, for me to feel like I got a workout or that I was contributing something, I felt like I needed to be doing hard cardio workouts or really drenching myself in sweat. But it's whatever works for you, and I think maybe that just wasn't working for me. It hurt my body. I was sore for more days. Something was always feeling like it was injured, and yeah, I just didn't feel accomplished if I didn't sweat or feel like I really worked nearly to my max. But now with this low intensity cardio that I've been doing, it's much more manageable, it's much more enjoyable, and I sometimes don't even break a sweat. And it's a weird feeling, and it's a weird adjustment, but it just works better for my lifestyle and lets me focus a little bit more on the weightlifting, which is the next thing, is just continuing to do weight training. I really find joy in weight training. Not everyone does, but it's something that I enjoy, and it's not hard for me to stick to. And I'm looking forward to just like toning my body and like seeing that progress. So the next is kind of in the food and diet category, and that is just opting for whole foods when I can. That's mostly, when we're at home, I'm pretty much eating whole grains, vegetables, fruits, and proteins. And I have felt so good. Like, I don't feel bogged down. I don't feel overly hungry. And, you know, when we were in France, we did cook a lot at home, but obviously we went to the Christmas market and indulged in some wine, and I could definitely tell the difference having just did 2 weeks very clean. So I know that that's going to be good for me internally, and I'm just going to feel better. So sticking with that, and obviously that's going to be, balance is important because I am not depriving myself from having other things, you know, alcohol here and there, sweets here and there, going out to eat here and there. I'm not completely, you know, writing it off, but for the most part, opting for healthy whole foods when I can. The last two, stretching, which I've talked about, I haven't been the best at it. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I can't be alone here. Why stretching? I hate doing it. Like, I just hate doing it, but I know it's good for the body. So just, yes, like 10 minutes at least a day. I need to just do that. And the last one is sleep hygiene. Sleep is incredibly important for the body, and it's the thing that I struggle with the most, to be honest. I have a really hard time falling asleep, and so just kind of setting a good, healthy regimen for myself. You know, go upstairs at least an hour before I want to go to sleep to kind of unwind, prepare myself, read, turn off the phone, and, you know, just really wind down and try to calm my mind. That's really important to me to focus on doing a better job of having a healthy sleep hygiene cycle. Then the second intention category is going to be kind of more mental, emotional health. And this, my overarching goal is to really reconnect with myself and foster a good relationship with myself, like self-love, self-compassion. And I think a lot of people struggle with this. I think that social media definitely doesn't help. And I think a lot of people probably lose touch with themselves in some sort of way over their life. I think life is just really busy, and we live in a very fast-paced society, and we don't really take the time to just like chill out and like learn about ourselves through, you know, there's many different ways you can do it, but some of the ways that I am going to focus on doing that is, one, I would like to read minimum 6 nonfiction books, so it'll be like every other month at least. And I really enjoy like self-help books in general, but I think also they can just be biographies. I think you learn a lot about people, and you form your own thoughts and opinions based on other people's lives and books, and, you know, you have compassion for other things, and I think that's important. And I really love my fantasy books, but I think it's good to read some nonfiction books here and there. So I'm setting that goal of doing at least 6 for myself. So the second one is going to be morning pages. So this is something that I learned in this book, The Artist's Way. And I had done this last year, and I just kind of fell off of it, but I want to reintroduce it because it was an incredibly useful tool. I have a very anxious, crowded brain, and so this was something that really kind of helped calm my brain. And essentially, every morning, sometime before you start your work, is great. And essentially, you get a notebook and you write 3 pages. 3 full pages, just a stream of consciousness. It does not have to make sense. It doesn't have to be a story. It can be about anything. But you'll find it's whatever you're thinking about. And for me, when I had done it, a lot of times I was either writing about something that I was up at night worrying about, something that I was worrying about in general, about the future, something that I was strung up on from the past. Maybe Murphy and I had a stupid argument the night before, and I was kind of reflecting on how I could have approached it better or something along those lines. And if I wasn't writing about that, I was just writing about, here's what I have coming up, here's what I'm excited for, here's what I'm nervous about coming up, like stuff like that. And the amount of like release from your mind that doing this activity did over like 2 weeks or so was astounding, honestly. It gets rid of all of that just like back and forth in your head that's taking up more space than I think you would realize. So I am definitely going to implement this again, and I really, really encourage anyone watching to try it for at least 2 weeks and really take stock of how you're feeling each day, because I would love to know if you think that you feel less like clustered in your mind after 2 weeks, because for me it really, really did, and I don't know what happened, why I fell off of it. I would definitely recommend doing the morning pages. So 3 full pages, just a stream of consciousness. The third thing that I'm going to implement is just embracing creativity more. I never really thought of myself as super artistic or creative, but I think everybody's creative. I just am kind of one of those people that likes immediate results, or I want to learn something quick, but I've always found interest in art and like doing art. And so, and creativity can be anything. It doesn't even have to be like art necessarily, but one of the things in this realm that I am going to start with and just see what I think of it, try it out for 2 to 4 weeks and see if it's creating positive value in my life, is doing some watercolor. So I got a little watercolor set and just some little pads of watercolor paper, and I'm just gonna watch some people on Instagram. They'll do like specific landscapes or a specific object or something for beginners and show you how to do it, and just mess around with that and at least learn how to do it. And I'm excited to do that, and maybe along the way then I'll find some other things that I want to try as well in terms of creative outlets, but that's going to be the first thing that I try. So then the last thing is going to be in the realm of self-compassion, and that is just kind of giving myself grace, allowing myself to sit with frustration, but knowing, it's temporary, and, not comparing myself to others, and knowing that I have my own pace, I have my own purpose, I am not that person. There's many different variables happening in everybody's life, and I have my own, and so everything's gonna look a bit different for me. Yeah, just taking a pause every day and trying to remind myself that, I don't have to be the best, or I'm not gonna be the best at that, but I'm trying, and that I have to give myself credit for that type of thing. So I won't go too much into that anymore, but those are the 2 kind of intentions. So nurturing a healthy and balanced lifestyle, and reconnecting with myself and loving myself, because in the famous words of RuPaul, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? And that could not be more true. The last 2 things I just want to mention are 2 things that I'm leaving behind in 2023, or gonna try my best, and this is kind of along the lines of the mental and emotional area, and the first being comparing myself to others. This is very difficult, I think, for a lot of people. I mean, we live in such a digital age that we're constantly seeing everybody's lives on the internet, and for the most part we're sharing our best moments of our lives, which makes sense, but then it creates a lot of dialogue in our heads that they're this age, and they've done all of this, and I'm the same age and I haven't done all this, and how do they have this many followers and I don't, or there's plenty of dialogue going around that makes you feel bad about yourself. And I think that's along the lines of what I just said with kind of self-compassion, and we all live such different unique lives, and there's different variables going on, and All you can do is be your best self and try your best at your goals and doing what you love. And so, you know, yeah, stopping, I don't want to compare myself to other people anymore. I think if anything, just like be happy for those people and know that you're just in a different space, and that's okay. And you know, you never know what the future's gonna hold. It's not gonna be easy to stop doing that, but it's good to try. So similar in that kind of same breath is caring too much about what people think. I definitely took a big step in not caring what people think this past year, and I'm excited to just kind of build on that. I think for one thing, like putting YouTube videos is something that I wanted to do for quite a while, but I was stuck in that caring too much about what people would think, when it doesn't matter, because the people that matter will be on your side. And that's, yeah, the people that are talking shit or, you know, just being mean are likely not close to you in your life, and so really it doesn't matter. And the people that do care will be by your side and support you no matter what. And if they're not, then, you know, I think it's important to distance yourself. I think taking stock of who adds value in your life and who doesn't is important to realize as an adult, so you don't hold on to kind of negative relationships or energy that are contributing negatively in your life. So I think you know when you're caring too much and it's impactful on your life and your mental health. So I think, yeah, just continuing on and allowing myself to live freely and build myself, because that's who's the most important. We have to feel good about ourselves and love ourselves in order to give our best selves to the people that we love. So that was very chatty, but I hope that you had some takeaways from this. You know, maybe you've already started your 2024 intentions, and if not, maybe this gives you some ideas or, you know, gets you to set a few for yourself. So I hope that the rest of you have a positive outlook on 2024, and I will see you in another video very, very soon.